Hi, we're live at Comic-Con with Dan Fogel of Hippie Comics, noted Overstreet comic book price guide advisor, and underground comics price guide guru.
Oh yeah.
Dan, why don't you tell us about your book?
Well, basically, as a child, I was inspired by Bob Overstreet and stay up all night reading it. I was in the retail business and the underground business, and it seemed there was a need for a new price guide. There was a wonderful one done in 1982 by Jay Kennedy and published by Jerry Wiest, both of them late and great. And obviously a whole generation had passed since then, and I was in position to be able to do it, and the computer age really made it all possible. With my personal contact of networks from a lifetime, of being an Overstreet advisor and underground comics guy, and all about retailer, I was able to stitch it all together and start something. We had the first one in '06, controversial porn star cover. It sold out, so I have my only Dan's copy, not for sale, mainly because I put my notes in here. And supplement came out in 2010, adding different categories. Basically, what's an underground, I try and make it 99% of stuff that's not currently covered by Overstreet, because they can't cover everything. That would be impossible. Overstreet would be really huge, and if you dropped it on someone's table, it would probably break. But that, in order to supplement Overstreet as well as the market in general, I like to feel that I serve a different kind of clientele, the people who like smaller print runs or weirder stuff or doesn't fit into standard categories of family friendly. So I found a niche.
So what's the status on the new edition of it?
The next big Fug 2 Electric Boogaloo. Actually, it's now Fogel's Underground Price and Grading Guide. If you want to walk and talk for a second, I can show you our banner or get a shot later. I also have flyers I haven't had a chance to print out, but it'll be out in December. Digital and hard copy will drop at the same time. Soft cover, that is. A couple of covers, limited edition, signed and numbered Frank Stack, Fulbert Sturgeon. 100 out of the 3,000 will be that edition, and the rest will be another edition with some cool poster-themed sort of thing, because we're adding rock posters. For we indeed sponsored by Bill Graham Archives, Wolfgang's Vault. And we're glad to kind of unite both parts of culture, music, and comics, because really the artists who were born between like 40 and 50, 1940, 1950, Crumb and Lennon, that whole generation, they were doing the exact same thing. Just like maybe some of the more of the mainstream artists were like the Silver Age guys who grew up with comics. So really the contemporaries and underground guys, to make it palatable or understandable, are like Neil Adams and Steranko. But they were doing it with smaller print runs and a lot more drugs, probably.